Hello and welcome to another episode of Portugal travel series. It's 7 a.m. That's why I'm trying to speak a bit softly. I suppose everyone is still asleep. It's a nice and quiet morning, just some birds. So the plan for today is to go to the nearby town of Sintra, because I was told at the airport that most of the monuments in Lisbon are going to be closed on Mondays, and today is Monday. So instead of exploring Lisbon today, I plan to do Sintra first, and then tomorrow I can do Lisbon easily when everything else would be open anyways. So let's get started. So the plan would be to take a train to Sintra. There is a direct train from the city center here, but before I go, you can see there's a coffee machine here. And this place is really cool. They even have the capsules for making the coffee. So I'm gonna have coffee and then the pastel de nata that the owners and the host left for me. That's gonna be a nice and small breakfast. So let's quickly make coffee and have the breakfast and then head over to the train station. Okay, all set, breakfast is done, ready to explore. Oh, let me show you the access staircase of this the studio apartment. It's super fun and super tiny, like Paris-like problem. So anyways, let's start heading out to the train station. Check this out, small staircase. And luckily I had a small backpack, so for me it was easy, but I'm like literally touching my head over there. Very tiny space. For dinner last night I came to this restaurant called Sherpa Momos. Dinner, or call it late lunch, whatever, at 5 p.m. The staff was very cool. Nepalese people were very friendly. Food was nice, especially the momos were really good. I had been a while since I had momos, so decided to get in there and have a quick meal. Oh, this is nice. They have the taxi link cabs here. So this and Bolt were two of the main companies I was using also in Madeira for the cabs. These are like kind of Uber-like online cab booking systems, so you don't have to call them. There's no language barrier of any sort. It's pretty cool, and they also give you an estimate ahead of time, so you don't get a surprise towards the end. So that right there in front is the train station. Lovely architecture, and these are the buildings surrounding it, sort of like in the city center. Pretty historic building. That's the train 811 to Sintra from track 3, I suppose. Here at the blue dot, I'm supposed to go to the last but one station there. So I arrived at this train station, Portela de Sintra. It's one before Sintra, and here I'm meeting my local guide. We are going to be exploring Sintra in a tuk tuk, so really excited for the exploration today, but there's still like 10 odd minutes before he arrives, so just gonna walk around a bit. And the cool thing is that the train ride here was about just 30-35 minutes, and it's covered in the Lisboa card. So today onwards I activated the card. Now I have 72 hours to explore around as much as I want. Unlimited journeys on the public transport, buses, trams, trains, metros, etc. So super fun. Just gonna walk around a bit while I wait for him to arrive, and then I'll introduce him in the vlogs. Okay, so finally met up with my local guide. Meet Masab. Masab, please introduce yourself for the vlog and for the viewers.
Hello, welcome to Sintra, guys. My name is Mario. I present myself as Masab, those are my initials. And I'm a local in Sintra who is dedicated to the tourism industry. I have a vehicle that I use, a tuk tuk, a very peculiar vehicle.
Yeah, we're gonna show you the tuk tuk soon.
Yeah, and that I use to show Sintra to the tourists, my Sintra. I grew up here since I was 11. I was a Boy Scout. There is a castle right in front of me that was not explored for tourism when I was a young boy. So my playground, a medieval castle just for me, no tourists here at that time. I'm talking about the 80s.
Wow.
And Sintra is a very special place. It's a place that people sometimes only hear about it when they arrive to Lisbon, but when they get here, they are very, very happy that they chose to come, because they will never forget Sintra.
Right.
Some stay living here, some fall in love with Portugal, and especially with Sintra, and we have many tourists enjoying the quiet life, the beautiful landscapes, the nature, the historic environment, and all the life that this municipality offers, because it's not just about history and the mountain and its nature, but it's also the surroundings, because Sintra has mountain, has countryside, we have a wine region, and we have beaches. We have the coastline full of beautiful natural beaches. They are little, how do you say, the coast is cliffy, so you have a high coast, normally from 20 to 140 meters high, and then the beaches will be down there. Cool. So there is a lot to talk about. I am Mario, and what I do here for tourism is to open the eyes to tourists, to see beyond the evident beauty, to understand what was the life here like, and what happened here, and how did all those episodes contribute to what Sintra is today.
Right. So really excited to be exploring Sintra as a day trip with Mario today. And let's get to our ride of the day and then continue the exploration. We have a chariot passing by, two cool brown horses. That's a cool sight. Maybe you could do a chariot tour, but I prefer doing a tuk-tuk tour instead with Mario. So this is the Moorish fountain, and Mario is showing me a typical local way of grabbing fresh mineral water from this stream. Oh, this is cool. I've only seen dry fountains back in Madeira, but actually this one's working, so that's nice.
And they mostly all work. They have been all repainted and recovered recently by the Portuguese Institute of Patrimony Recovery. And they are always bringing us this mineral mountain water, fresh, very fresh, all year round. I know it for 41 years, never stopped.
Wow.
And it's a result of something that I will be explaining to you later, which is the microclimate of Sintra.
Okay.
So.
And after a fresh sip of water, let's go visit Blues, our ride for the day.
Yes, we are connecting now city center to the mountain, Pena Palace, and the castle. On the way we will see some elements of Sintra.
Awesome. Let's go. So that's Blues behind me, that's Mario. That's gonna be the ride for the day. Let's start exploring Sintra.
This one is Freedom Park, Parque da Liberdade.
Yeah?
People come with their families. So when the moon was shining, the mountain used to shine a lot under the moonlight.
So along the way, I'm learning a lot about Sintra and its mountains, how they were completely vegetation-less, and then they planted 2,500 species of plants. And then we are stopping at another fresh spring this is how the locals get their spring water. And I'm gonna steal some of the fresh spring water as well, try and get the taste of how it feels like. So that's the National Palace. Sintra National Palace. We started the exploration from there in the city center, and behind that you can see all the cliffy coastline that Mario was explaining at the beginning of the vlog. So we're standing up on a hill. How further high up would we be now? About
250 meters.
Yeah, about 250 meters from the coast sea level, and it's a pretty amazing view of the entire.
That's about 750 feet.
Yeah,
and we will go up to 500 meters, around 500 meters, Pena Palace.
right.
The highest point in this mountain is inside Pena Park, 600 meters from Pena Palace, and it's called the High Cross, 529 meters.
Okay.
Sintra is a mountain that is surrounded by what you see. The region is kind of flat, which was really important for the strategic importance of Sintra. From here you can control whoever is coming from any direction.
Right.
Especially on a time when people used to use horses and made fires, it was really easy to locate somebody approaching.
Right.
So Sintra was always very strategic for the occupants that were living on the top of the mountain. And the population in the presence of man in Sintra starts in the Neolithic period, 10,000 years ago, in the top of the mountain.
Right.
And it is normally the top of the mountain that it's occupied until the 8th century. When the Moors arrived, they built their castle over there, and in the 10th century they come down and they create the city center, the village.
And right there we could see the city hall as well. We passed by that. I really like that tower. It's like a very Gothic European kind of architecture, right?
Yeah, in terms of style, it's Manuelino. And there is also some neo-Gothic, and it's a 1903 building that has a revivalistic style of the 16th century. The style that was being that was created by Dom Manuel I, the king who sent Vasco da Gama to discover India.
Ah, right. Yes.
So
yes.
It's actually connected to your country and to discoveries.
Oh, the cultural similarities are just amazing.
Yes. It's very hard not to touch history when you're in Sintra, wherever
exactly.
And many elements will be connected.
Well, that was amazing. Every time we stop somewhere, Mario teaches me so many things about this place, the culture, the history. So far, I'm really loving it. And let's head on over to the Pena Palace, our next stop for the day. So the aristocrats built these kind of chalets in the middle of this man-made forest. Interesting stuff. And they built like multiple houses for each family. Now this is a cork tree. So Mario was just explaining how the cork is made, and Portugal is the biggest producer of cork. So this is a trailer of the Pena Park. We are approaching the Pena Palace, and Mario opened the rooftop of Blues so I can easily stand and admire the views. This is really cool. Blues is a convertible, I didn't know that. With a soft top. But yeah, so I'm gonna start with the palace, come down and admire the park. So I guess I'm gonna spend a couple of hours here exploring around. There's a lot to see in here. So just made it to the entrance of the Pena Palace. As you can see, there is a huge queue behind me. But thanks to Mario, I already purchased my ticket online, so I can jump the queue and go right in. So I don't have to stand in this massive queue. So let's go right in.